Yes, the Grand Mupao is in and Kisumu is a whole vibe. The entire team is down there. We'll be giving you updates of what Mzuqa Fest is like going all the way to 6 a.m. But here in studio, we'll be getting to a very important conversation with the beauty queen herself, a fellow scribe, a motorsport specialist, a PR and communication expert, none other than Pauline Sheghu, OGW. She'll be gracing the set, and I'm telling you, she will be gracing it and gracing it big. So you need to stick around and wait for that great interview as she walks us through her journey and what she focuses on doing in terms of life and just how much more she is focused on inspiring the girl child. Welcome on board. This is TV47 Weekend Edition with yours truly, Linda Alela. It's always good doing this. Let's take a look at the highlights. Tonight, President William Ruto vows to modernize Kenya's naval capabilities, reaffirming his administration's dedication to strengthening national security.
All of us, we do not have a spare nation.
And the fate of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's bid for the African Union Commission chairmanship now rests in the hands of African heads of state following an intense campaign and the first debate. Congolese music icon Koffi Olomide has landed in Kenya ahead of his much-anticipated performance at the Mzuqa Fest tonight.
Very excited to meet the people in Kisumu. They know me, they know Chacho, and I'm sure they'll go back home very happy.
Calvin McCory will be assisting me on the sign language interpreter's side, and we go straight to it, where internationally acclaimed musician Koffi Olomide has touched down in Kenya, setting the stage for an electrifying performance at Kisumu's Mamboleo Stadium. The Congolese music legend arrived at 4 p.m. East African time, promising an unforgettable night as he headlines the Mzuqa Fest alongside other celebrated artists. Let's take a look at that.
The legendary Koffi Olomide is at the Mamboleo Stadium alongside a stellar lineup of artists.
I don't use to speak to promise. I prefer to act, to do, to perform. So I'm happy and very excited to meet the people in Kisumu. They know me, they know Chacho, and I'm sure they'll go back home very happy.
The 68-year-old Congolese musician legend arrived at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport earlier today, where he promised an unforgettable performance tonight.
If love is somewhere, you feel it. If it's a wrong love, you will feel also. But they know that from the bottom of my heart, I love Kenya from this time.
Fans are already at the Mamboleo Stadium, eagerly anticipating his energetic show. With his Kora award-winning talent, Olomide has promised a spectacular display of great music for the Kenyan audience.
For me, it's an opportunity to perform for Kenyan people, for my friends, for my fans of Kenya. I'm happy. It's no special signification. Every time I face my public, I must be good. I must deserve the trust. I must deserve their, in French we say, esteem. So I'll do the same, like I used. TV47, respect.
The Mzuqa Fest event, organized by Cape Media Limited, will also feature other prominent acts such as Nyoka Longo, the founder of the renowned band Zaiko Langalanga, as well as Madanji Perimeter, Prince Inda, and Apesi. Ruga Ival, TV47.
All right, and right after the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, here are the sights and sounds of what played out in Kisumu right after the legendary Koffi Olomide landed. Let's get to hear the feel, because then if you're in Nairobi and other parts of the country, you also need to just get the vibe, because indeed Kisumu is a vibe.
The Grand Mupao. The Grand Mopao, welcome to Kisumu City.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, Papier.
Thank you.
Did you come with Cindy locally?
Thank you.
Yeah? How was the journey?
I'm a bit tired, but
How
now
is Kinshasa?
this is good.
Are you ready for the show, Mopao?
More than ready.
You're more than ready. What should we expect tonight?
Anytime you want.
Yeah? Tonight is going to be good? What are you telling the people of Kisumu?
I love them. I love them.
You love them? I love them. Which system are you playing today, Mopao? Church or what?
Be there.
Chacho?
Be there.
Chacho be there.
And Mama Cindy.
Right. All right. Mama Cindy is here.
Mama She's here.
Papa Isana.
All right, and we'll be getting to more details on that. Away from it, President William Ruto has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to modernizing Kenya's military as part of a broader effort that is to enhance national security. Speaking during the Kenya Navy's 60th anniversary celebrations that is at Mtongwe Naval Base in Mombasa, the president hailed the Navy's role in safeguarding the nation, as Sheila Chilagat details.
President William Ruto today presided over the 60th anniversary of the Kenya Navy at the Mtongwe Naval Base in Mombasa, pledging to modernize the country's security apparatus.
Our housing plan is on course, and our universal health coverage is on course. I can now confirm that we are ready and in a place where we can deploy resources in the modernization of not just our police, but much more importantly, our military.
The president also noting that investing in advanced technologies will also bolster the skills and operational capacity of security forces.
Modernization, and in particular, the Kenya Navy fleet, which will enhance, you also ensured enhancing of our training and operational capabilities, as well as strengthening our partnerships with other maritime nations and friends.
Kenya Navy, a branch of the Kenya Defence Forces, was established a year after Kenya gained her independence. The officers today mounting these parades in their celebrations. The officers featured various displays from parachuting demonstrations to exhibitions of war artillery and a 21-gun salute for the Chief of Defence Forces.
We stand together, ready to face the storms ahead, while ensuring that the Kenya Navy remains a maritime force to reckon with in the region and beyond.
At the celebrations, the president also paid tribute to former Navy commanders as well as the country's fallen heroes. Sheila Chelangat for TV47.
Tonight, the fate of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's quest to conquer the African Union Commission chairmanship seat lies in the hands of African heads, that is, the heads of state. And this is after Odinga and fellow contestants Mahmoud Yusuf of Djibouti and former Foreign Affairs Minister Richard James of Madagascar faced off on key concerns affecting Africa, with the candidates eager to appease the heads of state who will vote in February next year in Addis Ababa. TV47's Apollo Kamau reports on a debate that has divided pundits.
You, Excellency Raila Odinga.
In their first face-to-face with the African continent on a joint podium, Kenya's candidate for the AUC, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, put his best leg forward for the country as he sought to outdo his main challenger Mahmoud Yusuf of Djibouti and Madagascar's Richard James, despite a divided opinion at home on Odinga's performance.
For all the four debates and the closing remarks, Mohamed Ali Yusuf take the lead, followed by Raila Odinga, followed by Richard of Madagascar. Raila started off very well, but fizzled as we got to the third and fourth round. In the first round, he was very energetic.
Obasanjo has held the hand of Raila and Ruto. Museveni hold the hands of Raila and Ruto. Who can talk to the president of Egypt and who can talk to Museveni? and who can talk to you and say, now, this is the way we need to go. So as much as social media is filled with all people prediction and all that, those are fine. But who is going to make decisions is people like President Ruto.
The interview, which focused on 4 key thematic areas, namely economic integration, peace and security, Africa's place in global affairs, and African Union reforms, so the candidates do their best not to upset African heads of state, who will be the voters in the all-important vote early next year.
But we're going to insist that Africa must get 2 permanent seats in the UN Security Council. This is only fair, because we are a continent of 55 sovereign nations. We cannot be excluded when Europe has got 3 permanent representations on the Security Council. Permanent representation with the veto powers is a must for Africa.
On the topic of reviving Pan-Africanism and countering external influence,
Odinga and his fellow candidates' grasp on issues affecting the continent was put to test on how to solve Africa's long-running conflicts and coups, having Africa's voice at the United Nations Security Council with veto powers, how to promote Africa's trade among member states, and having the AU operate on its own funds, away from China, US and EU financing, as well as addressing stalled AU reforms.
Since 2007, ATMIS has been financed by the European Union and the United Nations, up to 2.7 billion euros. Now, financial resources are critical. Why should we have the money so that we can operate on crisis ground on the continent? Because without money, we cannot deploy our standby forces.
Unlike in 2017, the male-dominated lineup also used political strengths to their advantage during the interview, with Odinga portraying himself as a befitting veteran Pan-Africanist who understands the continent. Djibouti's Mahamoud Yusuf, banking on his multilingual strength using Arabic, French and English during the interview, while Madagascar's Richard James capitalized on his laid-back, ordinary African style. Apul Kamau, TV47.
Right, thank you so much, Apollo. We'll certainly be following up on that developing story to keep you posted. Now, the Rural and Urban Private Hospitals Association of Kenya, RUFA, has released its December 2024 SHA Transition Survey, highlighting critical challenges such as reduced capitation amounts and unresolved payment mechanisms. These concerns are affecting service delivery and eroding provider confidence. Elizabeth Atieno reports on the survey's findings.
2 months after the rollout of the Social Health Authority, the Rural Private Hospitals Association, RUFA, has conducted a survey on its implementation. The survey findings reveal persistent challenges across multiple metrics, contributing to an overall SHA transition score of 46%, which remains unchanged from November. This indicates stagnation in progress, with the key systemic issues yet to be addressed. Although the credential access is stable, access issues have risen from 17% to 29.3%. Only 44% of providers feel adequately trained on the portal, a sharp decline from 60% in November. The drop in training adequacy indicates growing dissatisfaction among providers, driven by the lack of localized and hands-on sessions. According to RUFA, 77% of providers have signed contracts, the score improving from November's 60%, indicating a steady progress in adoption of e-contracting, but barriers like technical errors persist. SHA portal functionality has been rated at 22%. The score has declined from 45% in November due to the integration of claims and pre-authorization challenges into the metric. Additionally, 78% of respondents faced portal challenges, with 52% citing downtime, 56% reporting OTP delays, and 35% experiencing pre-authorization rejections. facility miscategorization and claims processing inefficiencies further exacerbate operational difficulties. Patients' perception of SHA services remains predominantly negative, with 67% expressing dissatisfaction. Average 48% of patients incur out-of-pocket payments driven by unregistered beneficiaries and facilities' financial distress. This reflects a significant burden, as also noted in the care provision metric. RUFA is now calling for urgent intervention to resolve these systemic challenges and improve the SHA transition process. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
All right, in the same breath, Kenyans are being encouraged to take advantage of the free registration for the Social Health Authority SHA program, which promises seamless access to healthcare services when needed. And speaking at the Islamic University of Kenya's graduation ceremony, Environment CS Eden Duale commended the SHA's digitized system, noting its ability to track patient records across various facilities nationwide. Duale also urged critics to embrace this transformative health initiative, as Juliet Anyango details.
So I am paying 39 so that if somebody in Kajiado, young people in Kajiado County who have no jobs, who are unemployed, can access health care, they can be treated free, because those of us who are at the top are paying health care for all. It will be an equalizer. Every Kenyan will go to hospital. If you become sick in Garissa, or in Kajiado, or in Kisumu, and you come to Nairobi, hii manana ya kuambiwa lab test. If you go to, today you become sick, your child, then next week, the same doctor will tell you, go do lab test, go do MRI, go do this. No. Any doctor you will go to Kenya, he will touch the button and he will get your results, even if you came from Mombasa.
Away from health, Gambia's President Adama Barrow, alongside Kenya's Lands CS Alice Wahome and Mining CS Hassan Joho, toured the Mukuru kwa Ruben Affordable Housing Project today. CS Wahome emphasized the importance of integrating social amenities to improve President's access to essential services. This visit comes as President Ruto recently announced the completion of 4,888 housing units now ready for sale.
The visiting Gambian President Adama Barrow was taken through the affordable housing project on Saturday morning at Mukuru kwa Ruben. Cabinet Secretary for Lands Alice Wahome revealing plans to expand the project and give room for the construction of social amenities like schools and dispensaries that would help serve the people around Mukuru kwa Ruben. The government is also planning to install Wi-Fi services and have a local arrangement on the supply of cooking gas.
EPRA is working with us so that you just connect and put a meter there, so that the Wi-Fi is now under is getting connected right now. I think in 30 days they told us they should. I was here last Tuesday. The Wi-Fi will be ready by 30th of January. So what else?
These are some of the new developments revolving around the housing plan. The CS for Mining Ali Hassan Joho also accompanied the two. The Gambian president, who was a special guest during the Jamhuri Day celebrations, lauded President Ruto's plan of constructing houses within the slum areas.
And we'll go back to the Gambia, discuss with our technicians, see how best we can implement, because we are also thinking of implementing 10,000 houses. We are discussing with Celta Africa. Even I met their CEO. We had a very good discussion. We are thinking of laying the foundation in early next year.
According to Land CS Alice Wahome, the demand for people looking for affordable housing is increasing, superseding the 124,000 units that have so far been constructed. Those looking for bed sitters will part with a monthly fee ranging between 3,000 to 3,900. The government expects that Mukuru kwa Ruben affordable housing units will be all occupied before the end of April next year.
And Kenyans keep on complaining. I don't understand. Everybody would like to live in a good house. Everybody would like to live in a good house. We are building using the 1.5% that we are taking from your salary.
During the Jamhuri Day celebrations, President William Ruto said that 4,888 units have been completed and they are now available for sale. Paul Kirobi, TV47, Mukuru kwa Ruben, Nairobi.
Thank you, Paul, for that. And now, Kenyan Somalis showcased their rich heritage at the Somali Firi Festival held at Mombasa's Mama Ngina waterfront. The annual expo aims to demystify Somali culture norms while promoting cohesion among communities. Visitors were treated to an array of indigenous foods, ornaments, and traditions, with organizers urging Kenyans to embrace the festival as a symbol of unity and diversity.
Our richness is our diversity. So the whole idea of this event is to promote coexistence and harmony between communities. You know, there's something that they say, they call the fear of the unknown. There are communities that do not actually know what Somali culture entails. They only see the negative connotations associated with the Somali community.
Hata kama umesonga mbali kidogo kutoka nyumbani, umekuja town kama Mombasa, sisi kama Wasomali tunaonyesha ya kuwa tujaacha mila yetu. Mila bado tunaibeba mila yetu kote ambayo tunaenda.
Lazima tuzikuze na tuziprotect hizi mila zetu. So sisi hata watu wa youth lazima waendeleze mila za kitamaduni na za culture, ndo watu waendeleze kwa generation after generation wajue.
Tunataka at least twende tukaacquire masomo, twende tukaangalie tamaduni za wengine, lakini haya ya huku kwetu tusiwe ni yenye kusahau. Na tusiwe hatutasahau vipi mpaka haya expo kama hizi ziwe ni zenye kuwekwa, tuelezwe tamaduni zetu, wazee wetu wenyewe waje chini, so that hata sisi Gen Z, Gen Alpha tunajua kwa kweli mimi ni Msomali.
Mtu yote asikuwe na wasiwasi, usalama iko imara. We have deployed a lot of officers kwa town, kwa mahoteli, kuna tourist police, kwa beaches tuko na KWS, wote wanashughulikia mambo ya security, na nafurahi mpaka saa hii hakuna major incident ambayo imetokea.
I'm very much inspired to see young people who participating in this opportunity, and I think I will definitely recommend that this should be spread out Kenya, share large community, not only where Somalis live, but also other part of Kenya, counties, to experience what we're experiencing in the next 2 days.
Sports News brought to you by Maybet. Join Maybet leo upate free bet papo hapo. Fanya hivi, chagua home team to win, yani number 1, au draw X, au away team 2 kwa game ya siku ya free bet. Weka namba yako ya simu, weka password ya account yako, chagua submit free bet. Utapata free bet kwa account yako ya Maybet. Usisahau kuverify account yako. Kama hutakuwa verified, utapoteza free bet yako after 2 days. Betting is strictly for 18 years and over. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. BCLB number 0000578.
Maybet na minia na najishindia. Pesa inavutia, pesa inavutia.
To sports, and we start off right here in the country. The finals of the Kipchumba Karori International Volleyball Tournament will be held on a Sunday at Eldoret National Polytechnic in Uasin Gishu County. Over 2 million shillings is up for grabs by teams in the different categories, comprising of elite, self-sponsored universities and colleges, primary as well as secondary schools. The annual competition also had 6 teams from Uganda, while those invited from Rwanda failed to show up. Participating teams received playing kits and other volleyball equipment. All right, we'll be running that story later. Let's go to what we have next. That is as to Dagoretti, or what played out right here. And the Dagoretti South Basketball Tournament was held today at Riruta Stadium in Nairobi County. The tournament attracted both men's and women's teams, including War Dogs, Riruta Wizards, Snipers, and Kivuli, as well as Dagoretti Stars. The aim of the competition was to create awareness about mental health and the importance of education and fight against drugs and crime. Winning teams received trophies and certificates. We're set with that one? All right, we have that story from Dagoreti, and here you go.
The tournament has been quite competitive for us at the start. We had 2 good wins, but we're looking forward to the rest. On the side for the men, it's been very competitive, very interesting, seeing many talents, and I love this for us.
We started on Thursday. I can say it's a success. We managed to bring the community together. We had like a motive. We're fighting crime, drugs, and also we're trying to raise the girl child. So as you can see in the background, whatever we wanted has happened, and we're moving on well. Yes.
Able to organize this thing for the community. This court that you see here was donated to us by Jonathan Jackson Foundation because it had the ambition of changing the community.
I'm Elizabeth. We are officials of the team. Actually, I'm so happy for the girl child. When wanakuja wanacheza basketball, wana reduce teenage pregnancies, about crime and drugs. When we come together tukicheza football, basketball, watu wanakuwa busy.
And Kenyan and Ugandan riders will renew their rivalry in the second and final round of the Central Africa Motor Cars Challenge this weekend at Vipingo Ridge, that is in Kilifi County. Uganda has accumulated 1,540 points on the standings, while Kenya has 179 points. The race doubles up as the 9th and final round of the Kenya National Motocross Championship, and the Mombasa Motor Club organized event has attracted top Kenyan riders led by Apollo Mbuki. The Ugandan contingent comprises of Fortune Emmanuel, Sensad Tumo, and Ashim Sezrwanda. Crispin Sankale emerged victorious in the inaugural Equity Golf Tournament held at Karen Country Club here in Nairobi. Elijah Abdul settled for second place, while Nirango Karaoke completed the podium. Richie Sobayeni clinched the Best Staff Golfer award, while Rose Catherine lifted the longest drive title. The men's longest drive trophy went to Hilary Langat, while Mudhoni Muturi and Raymond Nyamwea claimed the nearest to the pin award. Rose Catherine was the best player in the first 9 holes, while Norman Waithaka dominated in the second 9 holes. Over 150 players comprising of Equity Bank customers participated in the competition.
This event was due to public demand by our members, who other banks call customers. For us, they are members. And I've had very insightful stories today from people who've been with the bank for the last 40 years. And it's great that we created an atmosphere where members are able to connect.
Golf is about interaction, and I want to believe banking is also about interaction for you to be able to understand the customer's need. My day has been wonderful. It's been sunny, and I've had a good 4-ball.
We've really enjoyed the game, and we're happy that Equity has sponsored, our bank has sponsored. We've been sponsored by others, but when you're sponsored by home, you feel happy that this is home. You're playing for home. So this is such a joy.
And back to our first sports stories. The finals of the Kipchumba Karori International Volleyball Tournament will be held on Sunday at Eldoret National Polytechnic in Uasin Gishu County. Over 2 million shillings is up for grabs by teams in the different categories, comprising of elite, self-sponsored universities and colleges, as well as primary and secondary schools. The annual competition is also had 6 teams from Uganda, while those invited from Rwanda failed to show up. Participating teams received playing kits and other volleyball equipment.
Our program on Sunday is starting at 9 with number 3 position. Then at 11 a.m. we'll have the finals for the women. We will have culture and entertainment and speeches before the finals at 3.
This year we have two teams, KBC A and B, competing, and what we are looking forward is really to see development of talent in this tournament and seeing young players rising up, becoming competitive, and seeing an interaction between the young players and the senior players.
We've been able to give the prize money, which is all culminating to 2.4 million, and this will come to the different streaks of winnings, from the leading team to the best strikers, the best spikers. And the biggest part for us, our carry home, is basically the fact that we're able to bring up talent here in Eldoret.
This time we still have more teams from Uganda who are hoping for teams from Rwanda, but their logistics couldn't allow because they're having their tournament.
Sports news brought to you by Maybets. Join Maybets leo upate free bet papo hapo. Fanya hivi, chagua home team to win, yani number 1, au draw X, au away team 2 kwa game ya siku ya free bet. Weka namba yako ya simu, weka password ya account yako, chagua submit free bet. Utapata free bet kwa account yako ya Maybets. Usisahau kuverify account yako. Kama hutakuwa verified, utapoteza free bet yako after 2 days. Betting is strictly for 18 years and over. Play responsibly. Terms and conditions apply. BCLB number 0000578.
Maybet na minia na najishindia. Pesa inavutia, pesa inavutia.
All right, done with news, and now to the heart-say conversation. See, this lady I call a jack of all trades and master of all, because guess what? She has been a scribe. She is a scribe, because we say once a scribe, always a scribe. I mean, she is a PR guru, a communications expert. She is a motorsport guru and a lover of that thrill, a thrill that is dominated by men. But guess what? She gets in there and conquers, and she's not about to stop for anything. You suddenly want to hear her story. Allow us to take a quick short break, and then we come back, engage Pauline Sheghu, OGW, after this. See, if I was asked, this would have been the last Has Say of the year, because guess what? I have a fellow anchor in studio, and OMG, you can't help but get scared for a moment, because what? These are the people who came before us. They did their magic, and they're still here looking good, lovely, and understanding just what it takes to be an anchor. So I'm so delighted to have Pauline. Pauline, thank you so much for creating time. I should have closed with this one. First of all, you look so beautiful.
Thank you, I appreciate
it. It is the anchor.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
I like your presentation.
Thank you so much.
Calm, so attractive, so seducing. You're making the viewer to listen to you.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah,
right?
That's the whole idea.
I am
You're not
humbled.
supposed to force the viewer to listen at you and also to watch you.
I
appreciate. That's so calm. Keep it up.
I appreciate so much, so Pauline. It means a lot coming from you. And I guess we have begun the show already.
Sure.
And people will be wondering, all right, it's long since we last saw Pauline. Where did you disappear to? That is on screen. That is on screen and nothing to do with this other side.
I decided to pave way for you guys.
Man, you still look so beautiful and young. I don't understand how.
By God's grace, I appreciate it's God. And sometimes it's just good to live at your peak time.
Yeah.
That's what I decided. Screen is not your lifetime.
Right.
And we have so many people like you. You have so many talents out there who have done the same, who have talents of presenting news like you.
Thank you.
So I felt my time was up. Let me pave way to you to take over.
Was this
That's
so
why
much
I
pressure?
decided to move to the other side.
To the other side, and we'll be
Yes.
coming to talk about the other side. But what was it like during your times? And I mean, was there so much pressure of just being beautiful as you are? Do you suppose that what they used to say, because it's different today, and I appreciate the fact that we are allowed to be on screen, you know, for the longest of times. There are times where we used to be told that a certain age comes and there's more beauty that comes into the studio, and therefore you must just find yourself out.
There's no age limit of presenting news.
So you didn't have any pressure?
No. You, just to take you back, the late Kasavuli,
right.
She did her part up to a certain age. And she was still looking glammy.
Right.
She was nice. She could present it well. Because even me, I learned from her and the likes of the late Anno Fula, Esther Gidhu, who is at VOA.
Right.
So many presenters. So there is no age limit. It's just you. You decide now what's your next take, what's your next move.
Right.
So that's how Pauline decided. I needed to pave way to the upcoming ones, to the green generation, to take over. So, and also to try the other side of the world, just from the media now to the corporate.
Right.
So that's why I made that decision to do other things.
Right.
I'm a journalist by profession, yes. And I decided to go back to campus to do communications and also to understand how corporate works besides media.
Right.
So it was my own wish to take the other challenge and also to just change the gears and to feel the other side of the world of corporate communication.
And how was it like transitioning? I'm curious, because then you want to imagine that it would be very easy coming from, you know, a journalistic, space. The assumption is that, this is just communication as well. You will just swing in and it will be easy to say that I'm Pauline from, this station and all that, and you swim in. Why did you have to go and advance your education? Was it that necessary? And just how easy and smooth was it? Or difficult?
Well, it's not difficult. And what I want to tell you is that journalism is different from communication.
Yeah.
When someone calls him or herself a communications expert, it's different from a journalist.
A journalist, yeah.
Yes. So normally people perceive it differently. They think, like now you've seen the way the world has changed. Journalists are taking over corporate world. They're becoming the communications experts. But it's not that way. You have to go back to campus, to school, and understand how communication works. It's very wide.
It's very wide.
So for me, it was a bit challenging moving from a newsroom to an office setup.
Right.
The systems, things were just different. But I said, no, this is what I want, and I have to do it.
Right.
So it was up to Pauline to go back and understand what communication really works. Apart from journalism, writing stories, it's totally different. So for me, it was my decision.
Right.
But it was a bit challenging to fit into that space. But you know what you want and you've decided this is what you're going to do, it just becomes easy. I found good people, nice people. The teamwork was very good. They embraced me. The staff whom I found in the corporate world, they took me in and showed me the ropes, how to go about it. So I fit very well. But of course, I was assigned to just make sure I'm in charge of media relations because that's my space.
That's your space.
Yeah, communication has a media unit in it and also the public relations. So for me, somehow I found myself, I got fit into it, into the systems. And also the people I found, they were so loving, so caring. They took me in and showed me how communication works.
All right.
So it was not that difficult. But provided you've decided yourself, this is what you're going to do, nothing is difficult.
Okay.
Always go for it.
Beautiful.
That is what I do. That's what I decide. If I decide this is what I'm going for it, I do it and I don't look back.
And you know, we'll be talking about that because it's quite interesting that, like I said, you're a jack of almost all trades.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I call myself a she of all trades.
Oh yes, this is a she of all trades. This is
Yes.
Pauline of all trades.
Yes.
Just how are you doing this? How do you get yourself, you know, wanting to put your hand on this and successfully, and you push it and you ensure that you get to this because you're in so many spaces. I mean, how many? Can we begin counting?
There are so many. I thank God. And all this, it's because of discipline, persistence, and also just be confident in what you're doing and planning yourself.
Right.
For me, it's about planning. How I plan what I do, from news presentation to corporate communication to rallying to everything. I do everything.
Right.
So whatever you give me, I do it.
You run with it.
But I plan.
You plan.
I plan, and everything goes with discipline. And just appreciate the people who are taking you through all that.
You see, we look at people like you and we're thinking, is it that there are people who have more than 24 hours or what? But like you rightfully say, I think planning is crucial to all this. You have a backup team of sorts?
I don't have. My backup team, first of all, it's God.
Okay.
Before I start anything, I have to pray to God and to tell God, this is what I'm going to do. Take charge of my life, take charge of everything I'm going to undertake. And then my family, I have my backup is my family. I have a very big support system. That's my family, my son, my mother, and my late dad.
May his soul rest easy.
All these things I do and achieve, it's because of my parents. Mr. Sheghu, may his soul rest in peace. And my mother, who is watching me now, she's very proud. They really supported me. So the support system is my family members, and then also my friends, because my friends are also part of my family members. And just everyone, every person out here. I don't look at people, who is this? No, I don't level people. So whoever comes to my space, I just embrace that person and I learn from the person. I like learning. Even you here, I'm not perfect. I did newscasting years, but we are never perfect. We are never perfect. We are still on the learning trajectory. So no one has ever been perfect.
Great.
Yes.
HSC, OGW. I mean, just how until you get yourself to this place and you understand just how, first of all, it takes so much work to get this recognition by the president, across. And you also understand, the questions that come along with, you getting to that sport. And sometimes people will even say, I deserved it better. Why is it that it's Pauline and nobody else and all that? Walk us through that story and what that journey.
Well, let me just tell you, it's not that I just got it like that. I applied and I got it immediately. I tried like 2-3 times. But these presidential awards, they come with a lot of justification. And also you have to prove yourself to the society. What are you bringing to the country? What are you showcasing? What is the country benefiting from you? What is the society getting from you? So for me, I can say the HSC, the head of state commendation, that one I got in 2021, sorry. It was awarded to me by the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta. And then now the recent one.
OGW.
Yes, OGW. This one was awarded to me by the current president, William Samoei Ruto. And I can say it's because of what I have done to this country.
Right.
And I'm proud to say that. I've done so many things. You've just called me a she of all trades.
You know?
So I believe I've done so much. I can't even name them. But the biggest of all is the WRC Safari Rally. A lady getting into a rally car and does her thing. It's not easy.
Take us to that, now that you've already taken us there. Now that you have already taken us there, this is quite an interesting sport. A scaring sport. This is perhaps the second lady I am hosting that has taken up that challenge. And I'm telling you, the stories you get to hear, let me tell you, I remember I used to get scared. I used to flatter myself with the thought that I am beautiful and I want to be on screen, and you have to be beautiful when you're on screen. That's why I was scared of even riding a bicycle, because I don't want to fall and then hurt my face and all that. So
of course, the screen is all about beauty.
You know?
Yeah.
So how did you decide to get into this space, a scaring space, and are you still active as people would want to imagine? I know you had the latest, of course, sometime in March. Was it in March or April, the latest
WRC? It was in April.
April,
Easter.
yes.
Easter Rally. Yes, that was the latest one.
Right.
And I just want to say thanks to God, because the 2 WRCs I've done, I've made it to the podium. Yes, and it's because of the encouragement I get from the leadership, especially His Excellency President Ruto. Whenever he flags me off, he tells me, go and bring back this car to the podium. So every time I drive, I remember those words. And they keep me going. And also my mom, Mzuqa Sheghu.
Oh, she must be a pillar. Yeah,
This is
her say.
Yeah. My mom, she's my role model. Yes. So she encourages me a lot. Not every mom could allow their daughters to go and do that thing. But for me, they believed in me. So mine was, it's a story that I don't know how even to start. It was just weird. I was working then at KBC, the newsroom, doing my normal duty, preparing the news. I used to present news, produce news, edit news, a jack of everything.
You know?
So the late Ben Mushemi Babashiro, the rally ace.
Yes.
He used to organize the intermediate rally competition, bring together all the media houses to compete. So before you get into that competition, your team had to have a lady in it. So our team at KBC, there was no lady. So this one guy, allow me to call his name, Omole Asiko. He was a sports journalist.
Yeah.
I thank you, Omole. This is the guy who has made me to where I am today, because he really pushed me. So Omole just came to me and told me, Pauline, I've been seeing you driving your normal car, and you see we want to join the rally. We want to compete in this intermediate rally. Can you just put your name? Just put your name. I told them, okay, just my name
just
for you to do it. Yeah,
I can drive.
Yeah. And I gave my name, and they went. The first one I didn't attend. I didn't go with them because I was like, this is not my thing. This is a male-dominated sport. I can't. The second one, they were warned. They were told, you have to come with the lady. You have to see the lady participating. I got into the car. The rest is history.
Oh my goodness.
The adrenaline.
Yes. The adrenaline, yes.
Yes, I did my thing. The first one, second. Ben Mushemi used to organize intermediate rally every weekend, just bringing together the media houses. He really appreciated the media houses. So that was his thing, bringing together different journalists to come and compete amongst themselves. So for me, the third one, I felt like, this thing sounds nice. The adrenaline, the speed. The moment I switch on that machine, and you know it doesn't use the normal fuel.
Safety is guaranteed. And tell us about that, by the way.
In rallying, safety is 100%.
Okay.
Have you ever had someone from rallying or anyone just doing rallying, driving rally, has, God forbid, has rolled? And I mean, I've rolled how many times? 3 times, and I'm here.
The first time was like?
The first time I was like, and you know what they tell me? Pauline, you're graduating. That's what my colleagues tell me. The moment, once you roll, it's like you're graduating to the next level.
The next level.
So it gave me that courage. But it was, the first one was a bit scary. Even my mom was like, no.
Not anymore.
My son was like, Mom, no. He even came to see me. But I was like, no, how many people have rolled? Could hear different stories from my rally drivers, colleagues, telling me how they've rolled. Some of them have come out. You've seen even our champ, Sachania Nick, the one on wheelchair.
Yes.
The guy is on wheelchair, but he's rallying, he's competing. You know, what does it tell you?
Yeah.
He understands that this thing is safe. Safety is
It's guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
And that it doesn't
100%.
use the kawaida fuel?
It doesn't. We use Afgas.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, those some languages that we might not understand, but we appreciate that a lady can take up that challenge. And so here you are, you have to juggle all this. You know, at some point in time, you have to be in the corporate world and get things running, you know, in your specific office. Where are you at? Where are you stationed today?
I work for government.
Okay.
At the Geothermal Development Company. Right. I appreciate my bosses who gives me time out to go and do my thing, my rallying. So for me, first, my work comes number one, because it's the one that puts food on the table. Yes, so I have to respect my job. I've been juggling around, being a government officer. You can be moved from this section to this. I wanted to try the ministry, so I went to the Ministry of Sports. I worked with the Honorable Ababu Namwamba, and allow me to appreciate Ababu Namwamba for appreciating women in motorsport. For the first time, this government, Kenya Kwanza government, has recognized women in motorsport. The likes of Pauline and my navigator, Lynette Ayuko. We are a team of like 5 ladies. Tash Tundo, Jennifer Malik, we have Lisa Christopherson, and we have Caroline Gatimu. You see those ladies, they've participated in WRC.
Right.
So this is because
that I had, yes.
Lynette is my navigator. Yes. Okay. And because of Honorable Ababu Namwamba, he made sure we participate in the international global field. So he supported us through the Ministry of Sports with the current PS, Engineer Peter Tum. Thank you so much for the support. And of course, the President, who saw it worth that these ladies must be supported. Right. So for me, I can say work comes first. I do my job as required by the government, because I'm employed by government. Then when it comes to competition, I have to now plan myself ahead. 2 weeks ahead or 3 weeks before, I inform my boss that this rally is coming up. Like now, next year, 2025, WRC is coming up in March. I have to inform my boss. My calendar is set. They have to know that from this date and this date, I'll be away. So I make sure I plan my job well with my staff. And that's why it's called succession plan. So I have a team that I know when I'm not around, they can take up the job. So it's about planning and about respecting your job. Even you, what you're doing here, this one has to come first. Your job has to come first, yes. 100%. The rest is just like a hobby. Because rally, I can say it doesn't pay me. You know, rally, we are not paid. We don't earn anything. It's just for fun. It's a hobby.
How creative is this space? So it's all...
It's about fun. It's hobby, yes. So just feeling nice, the adrenaline, the speed. Nice yeah, so for me, I give my job first priority.
Okay.
Yes, beautiful. And I plan it way ahead before I get into the competition. Yes.
I don't do half of what it is that you do, but even my little boy asks me, Sister, where is the time for us? You know, sometimes, and it breaks your heart to hear that. And you speak highly of family. What of family?
I have a son. He's in campus. Yes, you've seen my Gen Z here.
I'm telling you, there's
yeah, I have one son, and that's his friend. Nice. But I call them my sons.
You almost look like twins, you know?
Yeah. People think they are twins, but they've been together in high school. Right. So they decided to escort mom to the studios to see. And my son has been my support system. He's been encouraging me. And fun enough, this son of mine doesn't attend my rallies.
At all?
No, it's not his thing. Yeah. But he prefers sitting and watching it on telly. But whenever he hears mom has rolled, you'll see him on the ground. But the rest of my family members, the Sheghus, they normally come to the ground. They'll show up. And before I go to rally, I go to my mom's place to seek for his blessings. So lazima niombe. Then I take off. So I told you my family comes first.
Right.
And most of everything is God. First, I have to thank God, then my family, and then the rest of the members, my friends now, the likes of you, and other people, Kenyans at large, because without these Kenyans, I'll not get that support They won't come to Naivasha to cheer Pauline and the team. So for me, everyone is important.
All right.
They are all my family members. Whether in blood or not, you are my family members.
I know, and I mean, some of us look up to you and we say,
Thank you.
and then sky is the limit.
Sure.
That is the goal. I have never asked any of my guests to tell me their age, but this one I am tempted to ask. Maybe I will not. Maybe I will not, but right after this, I will, because you look way too young and beautiful for all those stories and the achievements that you're talking about.
Guess
my
my
age. Tell
age.
them.
Why not? When I grow old, they will know Pauline is this age. I'm 46.
Wow.
Yes.
46?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look at the gentlemen. They are like wongo.
Wongo.
So you eat well, nini, makeup and all that, just workouts?
I don't do workouts. I only do workouts when I'm preparing for rallying.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is pure blessings.
This is pure blessings. Just live a positive life.
Right.
I don't allow negative vibes in my life.
That's
what I decided. Yes.
That is the spirit.
No negative vibes. You come with negativity around my space,
we shut you out.
Yeah. I just pray for you. That's what I decided.
Great.
And I eat healthy. But sometimes when I want to spoil myself, I can do junk. And I love dancing.
Oh.
I go out with friends.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I just live a positive life.
Right.
And just free.
And you're always looking good. What inspires this attire tonight? It's just Pauline in her element.
This is Pauline.
You know, this is Pauline in
When
her
you see me on Sundays, this is how I dress.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
And because your program is her say, it's about a lady.
I know.
I could have come here with my rally gears, but we're not discussing sports.
We're not. We're
Yes.
not. We're just,
I could have come
something small out of the many things that we discussed tonight.
I'm not always like this. Sometimes I decide to be a cowboy.
Okay.
Sometimes I decide to be a tomboy. Sometimes I decide just to be
elegant girl.
Yes, it goes with the theme.
Right.
Yes, and I respect themes, and I respect spaces. I respect the agenda.
I know.
Yeah, so I go with the mood.
Okay.
Yes.
Before you speak to the girl out there, breaking news, Kofi Olomide has just landed in Kisumu.
I wish I was there.
You know?
Yeah.
First of all, hebu watangazie uambie kwamba Kofi ameland Kisumu for Mzuqa Fest. Alafu, you know, I know you understand the vibe of Kofi.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Lingala,
right.
but reggae comes first.
Oh.
Gospel, because reggae has a message.
It has 101%.
If you listen to reggae,
I agree.
it has a message.
Yes.
Lingala, you know, it's something I don't understand, but I like the
vibe and the dancing and all that.
Yes, the beats. But gospel, number one.
101%.
When I'm stressed, I
Nice.
listen
Go
to
ahead.
gospel to soothe me. Kenyans, I believe you've gone to Kisumu. It's Kisumu Mamboleo?
Ni Kisumu Mamboleo Stadium.
Studio, stadium.
Waambie na Kiswahili, watangazie.
And you know me, I went to school in Nyanza.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I schooled at Rangala Girls.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
You can speak
I speak Luo.
For real?
Yeah.
Like fluent?
I speak Luo fluent.
You...
Perfect.
Oh, yeah?
Though I come from Taita Taveta County.
Uh-huh.
Yes, but I speak Luo.
Okay.
How I found myself in Kisumu, that's a story for another day.
Okay.
Yes. But I believe Kisumu people are enjoying. Kofi Olomide is in town. I hope once he's done with Kisumu, he should come to Nairobi. Afunge mwaka na sisi.
Atasema ameanza huku akaenda huko. Nataka uwatangazie. Sasa hiyo ni breaking news. Yani now those moments when you're in the newsroom, just reminisce kidogo because you are in the studio.
Haya basi, mpenzi mtazamaji, popote hapo ulipo, habari zinazotufikia zinasema kwamba Kofi Olomide, mzee mwenyewe, amewasili Kisumu, jiji la Kisumu County, kwa sherehe murwa ambayo imeandaliwa na TV47, station yako ya kipekee. Wenyeji wa Kisumu mnatarajiwa mwe kule kwa wingi, mjinengue. Tutaka kuona vile mnazipeperusha. Ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Kisumu, mambo biad.
Mambo biad. Let me tell you, you must be giving my Swahili anchors words. But anyway,
you've ambushed me.
I've ambushed you. Yeah. Good job. And it got me thinking. It's actually, the idea is just to take it calm and you know, enjoy the moment. Speak to the girl as we close.
Yes, and my girls, you know, girl child come first, but also I appreciate boy child. Because boy child, in my rally space, I rally with men. And they are the ones who have held my hand. They are the ones who have supported me. So I don't forget boy child. But for the girl child, this is an appeal to the parents. whenever your daughter tells you that she wants to do something, for example, she wants to rally, she wants to get into a motorsport, or just doing anything, singing, whatever, do not stop your child, please. You, girl child, go out and showcase your talent. Usilalie talent yako.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to appreciate, in a special way, all the ladies who have supported me, especially the women in motorsport. You've seen you have a team of ladies who have been rallying with me. The ones I've just mentioned. We give each other support whenever we rally. And we have the youngest of all in our midst.
Right.
Tinashe, she's just 19 years.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
She's the one driving and the mom is the one navigating her.
Nice.
So you can see. So a girl out there, whatever talent you have, whether motorsport, whether rallying, whether sports, whether volleyball, hockey, football, go for it. Do not stop doing what you love to do. That is just a talent God has given you. Make use of it. And let me appreciate the government of Kenya.
Right.
For the first time, this government has appreciated women in motorsport, supporting women to rally in WRC 2023, 2024. And I'm hoping in 2025, next year, God willing, the same government will give us the same support.
All right.
That is my appeal.
Great.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Honorable Babuna Mwamba. Thank you, Engineer Peter Tum, and the current CS for Sports, Honorable CS Kipchumba Murkomen. I'm coming for you for the support next year. Thank you. And thank you, TV47.
Thank you.
For this chance.
And we're looking forward to have you some more and more. You know, my director is telling me to go break to Rudy. And I'm thinking, the program is about to end at 10. It's just like, it's interesting. It's so interesting.
I know, they want
you really
to run
want
commercial.
To keep hearing and all that. But Pauline Sheghu, OGWHSC, we appreciate you so much. Keep doing what it is that you're doing. Like you rightfully say, you're not about to stop.
No, I'm not.
We are watching. The only thing I'll ask is that please don't convince me to get to the motorsport world because I don't have the energy.
It's very safe.
I know.
Come, I give you a ride one day.
For real, eh?
Yeah. I'll come with my rally car here one day. Just you feel it.
I'll be looking forward to that.
It's very safe, 100%. Provided I've given you your helmet and you have the gear suits and everything. You're good to go.
We roll and we come out.
You don't get into a rally car without those gear suits.
Yes,
they come fast. Safety comes first, and your life is better. For me, I say, you only stop when the car stops. So I roll, and if the car can still move,
tunaenda nayo.
Tunaenda nayo.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And greetings to everybody, mom back at home.
I will.
And we appreciate her as well for for raising such a goddess and a person that is an inspiration to so many of us as well. Thank you so much for the immense feedback. We must leave the stage, but I certainly hope that you have been inspired tonight. My name is Linda Alela. Do have yourself a beautiful night and a great weekend. Bye-bye. Thank you.